Hey, what's going on, guys? All right, so this one is going to be a little bit more off the cuff, but I was just reading one of my books this morning, How to Think Like Socrates, and one thing that really came up for me, and I think by the time this video comes, I'll have made another video on this, and it's between making things in life black or white. And I think I made another video on this and about living in the gray. And this is one of the biggest things that I really got out of therapy, and this was one of the key things driving the really deep depressions and just feeling of lost I had for so many years around 25, 26, even 27 in my journey of life. I'm about 29 now. So one thing that I wanted to touch on this, so the black and white is the same as all or nothing. When you're going through life and you're labeling things as right or wrong, or again, just I think judging yourself and just thinking that there's a right or wrong way to do things. And one of the big things that I was doing just over and over and over again was this black and white thinking. So I would, if I had a goal or I was pursuing something, I was constantly judging myself as my actions are right or wrong, habits I had are right or wrong. And the more I was judging myself, the more frustration, the more depression, the more focus I was putting on these things and just judging them. And what's crazy is, what's right for one person might be wrong for another, and what's wrong for one person might be right for another. So judging ourselves and trying to be perfect, which really all of this stemmed from this perfectionist mentality that I want to be perfect in whatever I was doing, and as a person, I just want to be perfect, do things perfect. But that doesn't exist. And the more that I was doing this, the more frustration and the more depression and the further away I was getting from really allowing the world to not only bring me what I always wanted really deep down, but again, just allowing myself to receive it was the biggest thing. And therapist told me this, performance coach, it's living in the gray. So life is all about living in the gray, where go with it. You know what I mean? Like, this is all back to going with the flow, and reality transurfing talks about this. I've covered this in other videos, but when you're just constantly judging yourself and labeling things and trying to be perfect, you're creating this, I think, false identity and this false thing that if I do things perfectly, I will get to where I want to go. And for me, in my own life experience, that could be not like further from the truth. You could do everything perfect in every area of your life, and you could end up in the totally wrong spot, and you can end up getting results that maybe were good on paper, but it 100% won't bring you to the place that you really want deep down, and probably the feelings that you wanted when pursuing these goals and pursuing these visions. And the more I've learned to surrender, live in the gray, not judge things. And really, again, I think the biggest thing was seeing challenges now as opportunities. So when I thought I was going to go left and life brings me to circumstances pushes me right, now I see that as a blessing and an opportunity. And I built trust in myself and trust in my world that life brought me that opportunity and pushed me to the right, because that's actually where I'm supposed to be. And the thing about the human mind is it's so easy for us as humans with this overactive mind. We're the only kind of animal in the world that can have all of these conscious thoughts. And I think we have like 80,000 thoughts a day or something like that. So there's so much noise in our head. And when we make things up in our head that just simply aren't true, the more we shut ourselves off from the world. And, now I really see myself as a vessel, and I allow myself as a vessel to receive the ideas, receive the guidance, receive the flow and the abundance that I always envisioned. And, again, that where I want to go, and now I allow myself as a vessel to receive these things. And again, when life serves me a challenge, now I see that as an opportunity. I say thank you, and then I continue to go with the flow. And the more I've done this, as opposed to pushing and trying to force my way into things, the more that life has brought me the things that I've always wanted. Just like being in this beautiful, beautiful spot here in Uluwatu, just looking at this crazy skyline, and I'm just here by myself, just, jamming on these videos and just, again, relaxing to abundance. And one of the key things, might be a bit off topic, but one of the key things that I always wanted, and this is the thing I'm constantly set a goal for is I want to be in awe of my life. I want to be in awe of the people I have in my life. I want to be in awe of myself. I want to be in awe of my career. I want to be in awe of the beauty of my surroundings and the beauty of life. And even just being here this weekend, I literally sat for probably 3 hours yesterday on that couch behind me, just stared out the window at this view, and I literally just felt in awe for like hours because again, this Airbnb, like I didn't know it was going to be this good when I booked it. But you know, this has probably been one of the best Airbnbs I've ever been in. But yeah, I mean, that's it. Like I just asked myself and asked my world for things to be in awe of. And then, you know, life brings me this opportunity and I'm out here and I'm sitting at this window, just staring at this beautiful skyline. And I'm like, holy, like I'm just in complete awe. And that is what I want my whole life to be like. And again, back to the world mirror and reality transurfing, the more I'm in awe of things and the more I'm in that state, the more I'm inviting the world to reflect more awe back to me and more beauty and more divine and more, you know, abundance. And again, it's just, you know, really, again, allowing myself to be guided by that higher power as a vessel to bring me these moments is all about living in the gray. And, you know, another way to look at this is all or nothing. You know, the same thing as black or white is all or nothing. When you're a perfectionist, you're either all in or nothing. And so many of us need to, you know, start before we're ready. And I know there's a lot of content and a lot of kind of guidance around this. You figure it out when you're on the journey. When you take a step, the world takes a step. But when you don't move, the world's not going to move around you to, again, you know, manifest and really bring you what you want. So if you're caught on that edge of, you know, black and white, judging yourself, labeling things, caught in that, you know, perfectionist cycle or just that all or nothing, you know, you're either going to start the business if it's going to be a massive success, or you're going to stay in paralysis and fear of the unknown and all of these things. This is just your invitation to stop that and just be. You know, and what I mean by be is just get back to trusting yourself and trusting your world to bring you the right things at the right time, and just keep putting one foot in front of the other. And it could be the smallest step, like sitting down for 5 minutes, opening your laptop or getting out a pen and paper and just being like, what do I really want? Or what is a skill I have that, you know, other people can benefit of? You know, those are the steps that are going to lead to step 2, step 3, step 4. But if you sit and you try and build this perfect plan and there's 100-step, 1,000-step journey of how you're going to achieve whatever you want to achieve, but you never really start taking that step because you don't want to unless it's going to be perfect, that's when you're in the same spot this time, next year, the year after that. And it's just back to surrendering and just allowing yourself to make mistakes and allow those mistakes to actually bear the real opportunity that you're supposed to be on. And again, when you start taking a step, the universe can start meeting you halfway. And that's just the beauty about life, I think. And that's the biggest thing I've learned in the last 12 months is when you don't know, but you admit you don't know yet. And again, that's a big thing that I shifted. I don't know. Now I say I don't know yet. And I invite the world and, you know, my world to bring me things to clarify my path, clarify my vision. You know, again, just build the trust back in myself that I am in the right place. I'm doing the right things. So yeah, this is getting a little long-winded, but that's it. You know, if you're stuck in that all or nothing, that perfectionism, that black and white, this is your invitation to live in the gray, make mistakes, just take one step. You know, that could be 5 minutes a day on your health, your career, your vision, your relationships, whatever it is for you. And just take that tiniest step. And as soon as you start walking toward that thing, watch life start to bring you clarity, bring you success, bring you the things that you've always wanted and that you didn't even know how were going to, you know, come to you. All of a sudden, when you start walking that path, the vision, the destination, everything like that starts to show itself. And all you need to do is 1 foot in front of the other, 1 foot, 1 step every single day, every week, every month, whatever it is. So thanks so much. I hope this resonated, and I look forward to sharing more videos like this one in the future. Subscribe for new videos every week, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you.